guys, to Cheater here from A Bit Smarter. I just want to do a real quick tutorial on Untrusted and ESP. There's been some people on the forums that are complaining about getting Untrusted while only using ESP, how the hack's detected, and you know how the hack makers need to fix this, that, or the other thing, etc., etc. So I just wanted to real quick just kind of cover how you can get Untrusted when you're using ESP and how it does not at all mean that the hack is detected. Yeah, basically, like with any hack or with any of the features, as long as it's not a minus sensitivity though. As long as it's not a VAC ban, it's not actually Fizz's fault. It's not Rowdy's fault. You know, it's not the hack's fault that you got detected. Or that you got banned, because the hack isn't detected. That's otherwise everyone who's using ESP would be getting banned. So I just want to go real quick show you guys what to avoid when you're using ESP, so that you can not only avoid Overwatch, but you can also avoid Untrusted. Because both systems, I mean Overwatch, it's going to be very obvious that you're walling. But Untrusted just does some things that maybe you don't know about, or you kind of didn't assume that they would do. So the first thing, and again, this kind of applies to Untrusted and Overwatch, but just in general, don't do it, and you won't get Untrusted or Overwatch. So first off, don't do this. Don't ever do this. You know, don't aim at people like directly through the wall. Untrusted's going to be able to pick that up, and so like if you're on casual, for example, and you're doing this a lot, you're going to get an Untrusted ban. The game recognizes that there's a wall in my way, multiple walls, and that somehow I am able to put my crosshair on an enemy very, very consistently. And so then it's going to know that I'm either walling or I'm aim locking, and it doesn't matter which. It knows that I'm doing something, and it doesn't, you know, it doesn't like that. So don't do this ever. Doesn't matter what game mode you're playing. Don't aim directly at people through walls. Now, obviously, like if you're rage hacking in casual or in any of the other game modes other than competitive, realistically, and you want to wall people a lot, go ahead and wall them. That's fine, but don't leave your crosshair on them like a huge portion of the time, because that's where the Untrusted ban is going to kick in. That's where the game is going to recognize that you're doing something that just isn't humanly possible. Now, the second way, obviously a lot of people aren't going to do that, and they're going to tell me, oh, but I don't do that to cheaters, so obviously the hack's detected, blah, blah, blah. No. So the other thing that a lot of people do, and I see them doing this, let me get it here to make it a little easier so you can see, is you see how like I keep looking to the left and I'm aiming in a weird spot to keep them in my field of view? Like, nobody walks like this. Nobody. That's stupid. You don't go like this and then turn and keep him. I'm not aiming at him. Notice I'm not aiming at anybody, but what I'm doing is as I walk, I'm keeping them in my field of view for no apparent reason other than the fact that I'm walling. Now, I'm not 100% sure on how Untrusted picks up this kind of activity, because, like, I mean, obviously some people just walk weird, but I think it has to do with the amount of time that people are on your view via X-ray, because the game does have the X-ray capabilities. So I think, again, I don't know for sure, but I do know that this can cause Untrusted. I've seen it happen a lot. I've tested it myself to confirm that it will get you an Untrusted if you do this enough. So, I mean, and this is completely outside of Overwatch. If you're doing this on Overwatch, it looks pretty obvious, where you're moving around and you're just aiming in weird spots so that people stay in your field of view, and you don't want to do that. It doesn't matter, like, yeah, I mean, obviously I can just aim at them through the wall, and that looks super obvious, but even if my crosshair's not on them, but I'm just moving real strange, you know, like, just like that, keeping them right in my bottom right so that I know where they are, and then so I can come around the corner and like still keeping them in. Like, my crosshair placement is all over the place. It's super shitty. You don't do stuff like that. What you want to do realistically is while you're moving around, move normally. So I'm going to move here. Like, they're still kind of in my field of view. I'm going to come up here. I kind of know where a couple of them are, but I'm going to turn hard here, and I'm going to look here, and I'm going to keep my crosshair where it normally would be while I'm moving. And that doesn't, A, it's not going to look weird, and B, Untrusted the untrusted system's not going to pick you up for doing something weird, because you're still moving normally, and you're allowing people to exit your field of view when it would normally exit your field of view, where you're not specifically trying to keep them on your screen. So that's what I got, guys. That's really it for the tutorial. Like I said, it's not super long, it's not super complex. I just wanted to show you kind of what to avoid for Overwatch and Untrusted, and explain how you can get Untrusted even while just using GlowESP. So don't do that. Play normally. You know, move around normally, aim normally. Just use GlowESP to help your reaction times. Like when you're coming around here, man, I know that they're there. I can shoot them right away, rather than like keeping them on my screen so that as I come around I can shoot them. You know, like I say a lot, use the hack as a tool. Don't completely rely on it. Don't abuse it. Don't overuse it. So that's all I got, guys. As usual, if you have questions, comments, you know, any ideas for me for further tutorials, let me know. Hit me up on the forums. Hit me up on Steam. Otherwise, take it easy, guys.